Well, there's a lot to say about the community of enterprise, but what often does not go out would be the positives. There's a Dar Straits Youth Empowerment Group trying to positively influence the lives of the youth in that particular area. They've gotten the support in businessman and president of the Single Fathers Association, Mr. Rondell Fields, and he's here with the president of the Dar Straits Youth Empowerment Committee, Justin Lewis. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Now, tell us about this committee. How long was it formed?
Well, strangely enough, it's a very new committee. And I must say it was formed not just Single Fathers Association. We were actually invited there. I was actually invited in my business capacity by Corporal Small of the Central Community Police. You know, they were doing the door-to-door, going to the enterprise community, meeting with the families. And he said, boy, Mr. Fields, we need some bats, some balls. These children coming in the savannah. And I said, let's go down. So myself and the vice chair, we went down to the area, and we saw so many young children. I talking about 60, and just on a Sunday evening relaxing. And I said, nah, boy. As we gathered them, we spoke to them. Justin was there as well, and I said, you all have so many people here. I said, first, just give you bats and balls at the service. You all need to understand the strength in unity, the strength in one voice, the strength in one song, and you need to come together, form something. Corporal Small, I must take my hat off to him. I must take my hat off to Sergeant Lucian. Even Inspector BDC and Superintendent McIntyre. Those people who have been in the community doing the work day to day and getting close to the people, they're like heroes there now. So Corporal Small can walk through the Straits community. And that's exactly what I think they're possibly trying to achieve. And it was I must commend the police service for partnering with us, the business community, and even the NGOs in the community to reach out to the community themselves. And this group has made, phenomenal. They've been moving mile by mile by mile by mile, a lot quicker than I expected, because I'm on a WhatsApp group with them, and every day is a post or a picture. They go into the zoo or emancipation celebration, and I just want to know, I said, where they getting this space from, this speed? Because I'm in a lot of organizations, a lot of associations, and sometimes you don't see that true purpose and that true the heart involved and the passion. And I'm a passionate person generally in anything I do. And to see the passion from these youths in enterprise, I continue, and I will always tell people that I, Rondell Fields, will support enterprise in anything, particularly once they continue with that drive that they have going there.
Of course. Now, Mr. Lewis, you are the president of the Dar Straits Youth Empowerment Committee. How has this initiative really impacted and helped to empower that community?
Well, I must say, everything was really a stepping stone, and the progress happened so drastically. Even I myself was a lot surprised, not saying that I was doubting our true potential, but the support that we have been receiving from members of the committee and the community itself. It just goes to show that it's something that everyone in the community, that they always had that inside of them to see something positive happen. But most people sometimes tend to lay back and wait for somebody to start the ball rolling. And I'm proud to be one of the persons, together with my team, to really get a ball rolling and create that stage for enterprise to really showcase what we really have. Because every time you listen to news, there's something bad about enterprise, what's going wrong, they're only highlighting the negative, the negative, the negative. And yet still people still do not know how much potential and talent enterprise have. And we have a platform now where the youths in the community can showcase what they have. We have been able to achieve so much within the past few months since this group was established. And the way it came about was just simply by Mr. Rondell Fields and Corporal Smalls doing community work, which I must say they are so passionate about. And I really appreciate what they have done with us, because they just come observe the ground, seeing these youths and them, seeing us taking a little sweat on the court, and they was like, hey, people saying all these things, but look, all these youths are out here enjoying it. Why not do something for the community? See, not only showing the younger children and them in the community know that it has something else to do. And sport is one of the main things that does unite people. Well, that's my belief. Everybody loves sports. Sports will bring out anybody. So we start off really rallying to get a better court, maybe some balls. And these guys was like, hey, court and balls alone and go cut it. Let me look long term. Why not try to empower yourself that they can empower others? And we were not ignorant. We was always willing to listen, learn, and by listening and learning, we have been able to achieve a lot for the past 3 months. We had, a a lot of kids whose parents may not have been able to extend a lot of fun items or activities to them. We have been able to provide that for the kids and them, taking them to the zoo, little functions, a lot of things that the community have been missing. We have been able to make that impact into the community and into the kids' life. We have little homework centers running. And I mean, when I say homework centers running, we have it running, but how to put it? The facilities in which we contain these kids or have these kids and them working in, I mean, is
unfit.
that and nothing is the same thing, but at the same time, the kids are interested, the people dedicating their time to come out are interested and passionate about what they are doing, and the kids are gradually learning and, you know, starting to look towards what we are trying to show and teach them in the community. There are a lot of kids, I mean, they were on one level, people labeling them as bad. Together with Mr. Fields and Corporal Small, we went to work with them, start being mentors to them. You have young ladies in the community, I mean, they're coming out in the evening. You have the elder ladies in the community, teaching them, you know, self-awareness, helping them to realize their true potential and worth to become responsible citizens and leaders within the community.
What age groups are we looking at, and about how many youths are we looking at?
Basically, right now, the age group we're ranging at and that we are targeting and focusing on is from approximately 4 years to 18 years old. That's the group that is showing the interest and we getting to come out and work with and interacting with us on a daily basis.
I want to talk a little bit about the Single Fathers Association, and how this association has been able to mesh with this community in providing, even as he mentioned, mentors. Are there a lot of fatherless youths in the community?
But of course, there are fatherless youths in the... I wouldn't say fatherless, you know. For different reasons, fathers are not there. Sometimes not because the father don't want to be there. But we know there are a lot of social issues. Sometimes we know it's a judicial issue as well. But, I mean, the Single Fathers Association, as you would see, people may know we are on a show or we're in a project with a lot of different organizations. Because we realize to get this job done, at first we may have thought we could have done it alone, but that is impossible. Any NGO or any state organization that believes so, they're fooling themselves. You need to partner. You need to work together. The demand is very high. People are depressed. People are stressed in this nation. I try my very best, our organization try our very best with what little outreach officers we have to help it. And at the end of the day, we realize there is no way Single Fathers Association could do it alone. So we had to look at every avenue. Not just dealing with that person that depressed and had an issue going through court. We had to go to the root. The children, from the day he was a child, what was the issue he was going through? If he was depressed from then, if he was missing your father. So we're trying to put ourselves everywhere. If it's at the school, if it's at a particular function they're having, if it's at a seminar, all these things we try to participate in so that we involved in the community. And we realize it's not about sitting here and having a seminar for a particular type of people, but going into the community itself. Because that is where we get calls from. In the community, I'm frustrated, I can't take this no more. What to do, Mr. Fields? So we had to go into the community and get people to come with us. And not only just go into the community with our team, you know, form a team in the community. So this is one of the reasons why we push Dash Trace Youth Empowerment to be a part of it. A simple example, we had the SCA testing that we were a part of with the Polytechnic and the Conveyor Business Chamber that they sponsored for all the children in Central. We went on television, we did all this advertising, sorry, it was free of cost. And only one student we got to get from Enterprise. They got a class full of 50 because they're from the community. So we realize we have to work with them. They are the ones to save themselves. So we have to not go and tell them do this, but just empower them. And they know exactly what they need. And I must thank the Emancipation Support Committee that came to them and did a needs assessment to them. So they were able to draw charts of where they see themselves now and where they want to go. So I must take my hats off to the Emancipation Support Committee. Same thing I'm telling you. Partnership, coming in and partner together to get the job done. And that is what we are about all the time in Single Fathers Association. And I mean, just to touch on this point, he spoke about these children. I told you we could only get one. They got 50. They are currently under a pavilion, like a 10 by 10 room. I did a live video there this weekend. The children cramped the capacity. And you know the children still willing and coming for the last 2 weeks. And here what, Verna? About 100 footsteps away is a big, brand new early childhood center with grass growing above the building, over the height of the building. Yesterday I had a brief conversation with Dr. Lovell Francis, and he said he would look into it. I'm hoping that he really looks into it so these children can get to utilize that. They don't have a community center, but you're seeing the desire. Those children, those 50 children are the future of enterprise. Those 50 children, imagine if you grab those 50 children and you restructure their mind. You know what you're going to do in enterprise? Those are the next 50 mother and fathers to come.
Yeah.
So we have a duty to ensure that we give them the facility that they need, man. It's already built.
So you all have one-on-one interaction, very intimate relationships with these children where they get to vent, they get to ask you for advice. You're a father figure. Tell us about that.
But of course, we should know children on the whole. Children don't hold to vent, you know. Once children see love, and once children see you passionate, you don't have to tell a child to come and talk to me, you know. If Corporal Small goes in, who am I? He just walk in the room. I am Corporal Small. Everybody knows Corporal Small. All the little children, you Corporal Small, you Mr. Fields. Because they see who are these men who not even living in back here. That take time to come and leave their own children to come and invest time in us. And you see children are the most appreciative thing on the planet. They just see love, they just see passion, they see commitment. So we need to encourage them. There are some names on one there. A little young boy named Papi that everybody was talking about. Papi this, Papi that, Papi the other. And now he's like one of the biggest leaders there now. He motivated that he have a position and he must commend them for giving them a little. So he like the new young soldier. And everybody, the younger ones, looking up to him too. So I mean, this empowerment drive is important for every single community. And I really hope, I mean, if it's one thing I'm begging for, that the Minister of Education, the two ministers, I want you all to go take a look at that building. I'm talking about grass high to the roof. It was built 5 years. They really could utilize that. Every evening they have the reading class that they're doing in this 10 by 10 under the pavilion. They have 2 pizza fans. They have no tables. They live in the little concrete slab on the edge. These children are sitting here trying to learn. Let us encourage them so they do not become demotivated and say it don't make sense. Education is a waste of time. We must provide the facility for them.
Mr. Lewis, give us an idea of their schedule now that you all have intervened and, you know, taken them off of the streets literally from what they probably would have been doing, which was wasting time or doing nothing. Tell me about what their schedule looks like now.
Presently, well, the vacation period, well, is close to over. And every day, every afternoon from 4 p.m., these kids will come out there, will dedicate their time with a lot of football coaching going on, working with the kids and them who love football. The netballers and them have the thing. And then within that, we have all the younger ones and plus those who are interested and involved under that pavilion, reading and writing classes. Now, this reading and writing initiative was supposed to be a 2-week thing in preparation of them to going back out to school in September. However, the personnel who are taking their time to assess and mentor these kids, they realize that 2 weeks is not enough. They need more than that. Because the level of where they are now, it is not very much satisfying. So we decide we need to continue with this. As difficult as it might be, because of the capacity and the space we have to work with, we tend to work with it until better can be done, and we are calling out to those who can do something better to assist us.
Of course. Now tell me, final 30 seconds, tell me about your family and sports day really, really quickly because we have news
Surely.
at the top of the hour.
Well, as I said, sports is something we believe that unites everyone. So that is what the community have been missing for the longest while. So we tend...
When is this? When is the
This
sports
is
day?
Emancipation Day.
Emancipation.
We have our
Independence
first
Day.
Independence Day.
Sorry, my apologies.
All right.
Independence
We'll
Day.
come back to that, not a problem. News is up next. Stay tuned.